She's the boss. Radio Network. You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think? You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think?
Do what you got to do. Listen. Ooh. Whoa. Oh. Singing about tomorrow. I'm wishing this day would pass. My problems weigh me down, but I know they will not last. Searching for the answer. All along they've been so near. I took a trip down in my soul and put aside all of my fears. I said, you can make it. Do what you gotta do, baby. Keep your head up. You can do what you gotta do. Oh. You can make it. Do what you gotta do. Go ahead now. You can make it. No longer will I be afraid. I had to step out and stand on faith. I wanted to give back what he gave to me. So and made a brand new start. I sang from my soul. Passion kept me holding on. You can make it. Do what you gotta do. Do what you got to do. Keep your head up. You can make it. Oh, go on now. You can make it. You can make it. Yeah. Do what you got to do. What you gotta do. Listen. Holler if you hear me. Yeah. Tell me, can you feel me? Yeah. Holler if you're with me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Say what you yeah. Holler if you hear me. Yeah. And tell me, can you feel me? Yeah. Holler if you're with me. If you hear what I'm saying, say yeah. You can make it. Oh, go on and be the best of what you are doing. Don't let problems in your way. You have got to keep the faith. Yeah. You can make it if you want, baby. You can make it. You can make it. Do what you gotta do. Keep your head up. Oh, you can make it. Do what you gotta do. Oh, yeah.
Welcome, guys. This is the nurseologist here on this new year with you here in Baltimore City. This is the show called The Nurses Lounge, where nurses call the shots. I am your host, and I am here to give you guys all that you need in order to know how to control your emotions. Yes, this is January, and the prayer of today for January is, "And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." When I look at that passage, I think of that passage as a way that God is letting us know that He's here for us if we seek Him and do things that we have as a purpose for us. You know, God will never hide from us. He desires that we seek more and more of him so we can grow in our knowledge of him. And growing knowledge help build your confidence, helps you to serve the person who you were placed here to serve. It helps you to serve a community. When they say it takes a community to raise a family, that's exactly what they mean. It takes a community to raise a family. And with that being said, I want to thank you guys for sticking in here with me for 1.5 years for this program called The Nurses Lounge. The Nurses Lounge radio show came about when I wanted to talk more and speak more about healthcare and how we can get all of our people engaged in the healthcare system and to know a little bit more about their bodies so that they won't have to go wander and shift around here and shift around there and try to figure out where they fit in. This is what I call basic knowledge. When you are in control of your health care and know that what you want and what you need, and if you can't get the proper information from the people who should be giving you that information, then you have all the opportunity to go out in the world and, do your own research and find out what's going on. So the object of my show today is to share with you guys about my experience as a travel nurse. I went on my first travel assignment, and this is what I'm going to share with you today in conversation about travel nursing and how I decided that I wanted to go do travel nursing and how it has made me a better person when learning to do travel assignments. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is I really truly would love for all of you guys to follow She's the Boss Radio. It is so important that you follow this radio network so that you can get a lot of information about what's going on around the world. We don't only talk about topics that are locally here in Baltimore. We talk about topics that are worldwide, topics that will help you in whatever part of the country you're in. And today, this is my New Year's show to come on and grace you people with everything that we need to know. And I also need your help as well. So what I want to do right now is I want to talk a little bit more about inspirations. How can we inspire not only ourselves, but inspire our listeners to be great listeners and to take control of their health care as well. It takes a lot to come up with what to do in any emergent situation, whether it be a situation of you, being ill, or a situation of where just merely to talk about COVID, for instance. Right now we're in a epidemic. If everyone would do their homework and try to figure out a way how they can keep us safe and how they can also make it safe for themselves, then I believe that this epidemic can be controlled. Where we run into problems about epidemic or pandemic is because folks don't want to do their due diligence. When it comes down to doing due diligence, what I'm talking about is I respect those who go out and get their COVID vaccine. And I also respect those who don't go out and get their COVID vaccines. And the reason being why I respect either or is because here we have a choice. When I was a young girl back in elementary school, when vaccines came out, they didn't get parents' permission to give kids vaccines. If there was a vaccine that was going to help us back then, we just got that vaccine. Nobody questioned it. Nobody asked what was in it. Nobody, not to say that no one cared, because I am going to say they cared. But, healthcare was being, given out differently than now. Nowadays we have this social media, we have so many different outlets where we can get information, but knowing if that information is correct or not is the problem that we come across now when it comes down to healthcare. you know Back in the day, when I was a young girl, I was never really sick. And as I got older, I started to think about, how come people back in the day never was really, really, really sick? And I just sat back and I thought about all the things that my mom used to do for us, all the meals she used to prepare, and why she mixed certain items with different items. Like, say for instance, we know on Fridays, Friday was fish day. It could be baked, broiled, steamed, or whatever, but Friday was fish day. Everybody ate fish in our family on Friday. Now, it was a choice of whether we were going to have potato salad, rice, or mashed potatoes. Those were choices. The other thing that wasn't a choice was a vegetable. Every day my mom cooked. Every day we had a vegetable, and every day she made sure she had fruits in the house. So back in the day, I was a little string bean, and I love my uncle so dearly. Bless his soul. He's resting in peace. But he used to call me rubber legs because I was so skinny. As I grew older and, my way of living sunk in, which is, I wouldn't say it was the best, but the best tasting, I could say that. If nothing else, the food was good. And not only to mention that, when you're thinking about meals, don't think about everything tasting good. Not that we should deviate from our taste buds, but some unhealthy foods do taste good because they add a lot of additives. That is the piece that we don't pay attention to, is all of those additives, artificial flavors, high fructose. What does all of that do to our bodies? We really don't pay attention. And I'm here to tell you, throughout this year, I'm gonna get into a little bit more in depth of healthy eating. What I would like is to have a lot more of my family and friends scheduled to come in on my show to give my listeners a little bit of their knowledge and what they do. And whether they're entrepreneurs, whether they're healthcare workers, I am setting this platform up for anyone who wants to come in. Yes, it has to be on a nursing healthcare topic. We're not just bringing people in on this show called the Nurses Lounge radio show, if it's not anything health related. Now, when I say health related, it's a lot of things that my friends and family are out here doing that are health related. Things that you're doing, you may not think that it's health related, but if we have a conversation about you coming on a show, I'm quite sure that my listeners will be happy to know what type of products you're selling, what type of services you're offering. And if you guys want to contact me, you can contact me on www.nurseslounge at icloud.com, so that we can have a conversation of what our next topic is going to be for the year. I would love to book out for 6 months for the Nurses Lounge so that I can bring our listeners some very good topics to talk about. You can also visit me on Instagram on the Nurses Lounge Radio Show, and on Facebook under the Nurses Lounge Radio Show. And you can also leave your comments there. You can also let me know if you want to be a guest on my show. Which would be wonderful, because it's not always great just to hear what I have to say. I love having my listeners to hear as well. Now, if you would like to call into the show today, please call 443-272-5922. Right now, it's time for our first commercial break. So you guys just sit back, relax, and stay tuned so that I can give you all the information that I generally talk about on this show. And this show is going to be dedicated to my first nursing assignment. So until then, guys, stay tuned. Listen to the commercials because that is the way we have to go during the show.
She's the boss. Radio Network.
Yeah, that's the sound of today's business community. It's a dog-eat-dog world and only the strong survive. The challenge is navigating the ever-changing business environment to put your business in the forefront. So how does your business keep up with the changes? That's where She's the Boss Network comes in. She's the Boss Network is an internet media network that's been helping businesses like yours get the exposure that you're looking for at reasonable cost by way of radio and video. They'll help you stay successful by navigating change and seeing the big picture. After She's the Boss Network analyzes your business and marketing strategies, you'll start to see a media presence like you've never seen in your business before. And She's the Boss Network doesn't stop there. They use their findings to create a practical plan of action, a plan that will get your business from where you are to where you need to be. There you go. Lock those dogs up for good by giving She's the Boss Network a call at 866-494-5945, extension 101, or by checking their website at she'sthebossradio.com. Again, that's 866-494-5945, extension 101, or she'sthebossradio.com.
She's the Boss Enterprises, in collaboration with Get It In Island Cuisine 2, presents WSTBRN, She's the Boss Radio's second Thursday's networking mixer. Every second Thursday of the month from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be highlighting a business once a month, radio opportunities, advertising, conversations, great food and drinks. So come on out and enjoy $3 rum punches, $5 Tito's vodka, and $7 catfish platters. For more information on this event and others, follow us on all our social media pages. Facebook, we are She's the Boss Radio. Twitter, we are She's the Boss Radio without the O. IG, Twitch, and Tumblr, we are WSTBRN. Or go out to www.she'sthebossradio.com. We make radio first so that your vision will be heard. If you would like to shine a light on your business during Second Thursdays, please email us at info@she'sthebossradio.com using the hashtag in the subject line, shine a light on it.
We don't break the laws. We just make up our own. The internet's best choice for music.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Nurses Lounge, where the nurses call the shots. Guys, I just want to talk to you a little bit about my very first travel assignment. My very first travel assignment was from October 4th to January the 1st of 2022. It was marvelous, I just wish that I would have done this a lot sooner. I wish I would have taken an initiative to go on a nursing assignment years ago when one of my friends decided that it was time for me. But you know how you get set in your ways to do things when you want to do them. So that's what happened with me. I got set in my ways and I wanted to do it my way. But you know how sometimes they say either you let things get out of your way and go do what you want, or you let those obstacles stay in your way and then God somehow transition you into doing what you sought out to do. And that's what happened in my case, because I was always busy, thinking I'm too busy to be busy, but I was always busy doing absolutely nothing. And, with me getting injured on my job and, doing this and doing that. And I'm always thinking that, like I said, that I had all the answers. When, in fact, I did not have the answers. Actually, God had a plan for me. And when I stepped out of my own way, He decided to step in and give me the choices that I should have been picking out in the first place. So, that took me into a whole nother rack of the woods um to talk about traveling. So, um I went on this travel assignment, and the travel assignment was in San Francisco. Now, me, I've been to other states, I've been on vacation, and that's fine and dandy because you know when you're on vacation, you always coming right back. So I didn't even let it phase me. I was like, okay, so what? I'm going on vacation. I'll be back when I get back. But in essence, I really didn't know what to expect, where was I going to stay? How was I going to get around? Was I even going to be safe on an assignment? And you know what? I am here to tell you guys that I felt more safe than anything on this assignment in San Francisco. It was my first nursing assignment, and I really enjoyed it. What I am going to do is share a little bit of my assignment with you guys today because I feel like, it may be someone else out there that's interested in going on a travel assignment. And instead of them going on a travel assignment, they are letting things get in their way and not focusing. So, I am here to tell you guys that it's okay not to be okay. And most of all, it's okay to do you. Doing you is the best thing that you can do for yourself, you know, because everybody thinks that you have to do things to satisfy other people. I am so glad that I have great friends and family who shows me the absolute me because I'm always confused, not wanting to do or even doing more for other people than I'm really doing for my own self. So, while you guys are here listening to the Nurseologist on the Nurses Lounge, let me tell you a little bit about my first travel assignment. And I made a little book to keep my memories alive of my very, very first travel assignment. And it all started when, well, I'm going to skip some of the logistics from registering with the agency and doing tests. And California is not one of those compact states, so if you get your license in a compact state, you still have to go and get a license in a state that's not compact, which is fine, girl, because guess what, this nurseologist have not one but two licensures. One is in California and one is here in Maryland, which is a compact state. So now I believe that I can operate as a nurse in 39 states, and that's marvelous for me. So my first flight was with Southwest Airlines. My flight to San Francisco was supposed to have been a direct flight. But, with COVID around, everybody flights are either canceled you know, or you get on a plane and then they tell you that the plane can't take off, or the cities that they were flying to or flying through were having terrible weather, so you couldn't fly. So I get to the airport all happy and ready to get on a plane. Then I hear overhead that says, okay, the flight from BWI to San Francisco is going to be delayed. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Now I'm not even going to be where I belongs on time. But what they came to tell us was that we had to stop in Albuquerque. Now, if you're on the East Coast and somebody tell you you're going to Albuquerque, you thinking to yourself, Albuquerque? What is Albuquerque? Because that's what I was thinking. Like, what is Albuquerque? But nevertheless, I guess if that's where the plane's stopping and the plane not stopping in Denver, then I guess we're stopping in Albuquerque. So we went there and we stopped in Albuquerque. The gentleman that was on the plane that was seated beside me, let me tell you something. Most people don't talk to people on the planes, but let me tell you, I'm a talker. So, hey, me and this gentleman on the plane, so we just are talking. I mean, I learned so much about him and his retirement. You would be amazed at who's actually sitting with you on a plane. So I was like a little amazed that, hey, here I am going to San Francisco from the East Coast way over to the West Coast. I didn't stop in any states in between. Like most people, hi. Most people, they do travel assignments. They say, okay, well, I'm going to go 2 states over from where I'm at. Nope. This girl, she was a rock star. I prayed and asked God to carry me through my profession and to take me places that I haven't been before. And I shall say, taking me on the West Coast was definitely a place that I have not been before. And it was interesting to know that the folks on the West Coast are really, really eager to learn a lot about COVID and making sure that their community is safe, not only for themselves, but for everyone else. But getting back to the topic of the day, because y'all know I talk so much, I get off topic sometimes. So, going to San Francisco, my trip was 5 hours and 40 minutes to get from the East Coast to the West Coast to San Francisco. But once I got there, oh my God, it was so beautiful. And I felt like I was breathing different air. I don't know why, but y'all know. Whenever we go to a new place, that's how we feel when we first get there, like we're breathing new air. So I was breathing new air. I was wondering where I was going, what I was going to do, how was I going to eat. Don't eat much, but worrying about food. Yeah. Worrying about, do the food in California taste like the food in Maryland? Because we're used to, spicy foods. We're used to chicken boxes. Let's not forget, the famous chicken box. And I could tell you, on the West Coast, there is no famous chicken box. Let's just get that out the way first. So I was there with some amazing women, one of which told me that we're going to cook because we stayed in the suite. And she said, it's better to cook your own food than to worry about, going out to eat every day or eating all that processed food. And I loved her dearly, and I love her cooking because it was African food. And as y'all know, my name is Charlene Harada Womana. Okay, so when you have a last name of a woman, you know what that means, right? African. So she started cooking food. Oh my goodness. I just couldn't wait for her meals every day. And then I started cooking my own food. And then before I know it, I started posting what I was cooking online so I could let my family know that I was eating good. Not to mention that their markets was right across the street from where we stayed, which was good. I went across the Bay Bridge. Their Bay Bridge was like going across our, like going to the Eastern Shore and going across that bridge. But their Bay Bridge was really pretty. Their city is pretty. What I had a problem with was looking around and seeing how these people physically live up on these hills. And yes, in San Francisco, they have a lot of hills. I took pictures. It was really foggy in San Francisco. San Francisco is on the bay. So when I was thinking of going to this assignment, I'm thinking I'm going somewhere where it's nice, warm. You don't have to wear coats and jackets, and you could just soak up all the sun and have fun. Yes, there were days when it was nice and warm, but yes, it do get a little chilly, but it's different. Now that I'm back here in Baltimore and it's 21 degrees outside, oh my God. Talk about bone chill, talk about freezing. Man, it was like I just got birthed and came on out and out to the cold, because this morning, I'll tell you, I really felt that cold. But getting back to this topic here, it was foggy during the morning hours, and then it would clear up, and then the sun would come out. And I am from the East Coast, and yes, we deal with cold weather and some rain. I hate the rain on the East Coast. So when it was raining on the West Coast, I hated it even more. They were happy. They was like doing a rain dance, and I'm thinking to myself, why are these people over here in California happy to see rain? But, it's the drought. They don't have much water there. They don't have much rain. So when they do get rain, they all get excited. Not me. I'm like, I wish it stopped raining, because a brown caramel girl in her hair, get messed up in the rain because she don't have an umbrella, and two, don't have a hoodie, and a hoodie gonna mess up their hairdo. So I was a little feeling myself because it was raining, but I got over that rain eventually. It didn't last very long. Then let me tell you a little bit about my first adventure out to dinner. Now, this is going to be a short conversation here with you about out to dinner because we have to go to a commercial break. So I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time when commercial break coming. So let me tell you about this restaurant called Fog Harbor. Fog Harbor to me was like eating in a harbor here in Baltimore. And I thought that Baltimore had the best seafood. Girl, let me tell you, San Francisco and Baltimore, in my book, not everybody's book, but in my book, seafood is on the same level. I felt right at home. So one of my very, very good friends came out there for her birthday. Who has a friend come visit them on their birthday way across the country just to see their friend? I'm telling you, Rhonda, I love you dearly. I hope you're listening this morning. Thank you for celebrating your birthday last year with me in San Francisco. I really enjoyed your company. We had such a marvelous time, especially at Fog Harbor. Now, the West Coast, we have the West Coast. Look, we have, let me get this right, the East Coast. That's where I'm from, East Coast. We have blue crabs. I love myself some crabs, but I'm telling you, the West Coast have Dungeness crabs. Man, I had this meal at Fog Harbor. It was Dungeness crabs with mussels, shrimp, potatoes, all boiled in this buttery sauce. Man, the business. Got some cheese, bread. It was delicious. That was my meal. Because, of course, y'all know when it comes to seafood and you from Maryland, you just got to go in. So I went in for my meal. And it was so good. Those mussels were gently cooked. The shrimp were beautifully cooked. Man, I ate on that meal for 2 days, though. But it was delicious. So now, guys, we're getting ready to go on a break. And then I'm going to tell you about my time that I spent in Oakland in California. So right now, we're getting ready to go on a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to you guys about my stay in San Francisco and when I went across this Bay Bridge to go over to Oakland to work for the COVID clinic. In the community, guys, in the community. So I'll be with you shortly.
She's the boss radio network. We don't break the laws. We just make up our own. The internet's best choice for music.
Beauty's in the eye. We complicate things when all along it's just perfect as it is. Beauty is from within. It's how you feel, not as how others see you. Skincare shouldn't be complicated. She's the Boss believes skincare should be nurturing, easy to use, smell delicious, feel refreshing, and look incredible. She's the Boss Cosmetics and Skincare brings you our botanical-based skincare line that's gentle, uncomplicated, and extremely effective for men, women, and youth. Feel confident and radiate a power glow that flows from the inside out. Exude an assurance that extends from the home into the conference room. Visit us at www.shes-the-boss.com or call us at 866-494-5945 to get yours today.
She's the Boss Enterprises, in collaboration with Get It In Island Cuisine 2, presents WSTBRN, She's the Boss Radio's Second Thursday's Networking Mixer. Every second Thursday of the month from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be highlighting a business once a month, radio opportunities, advertising, conversations, great food and drinks. So come on out and enjoy $3 rum punches, $5 Tito's vodka, and $7 catfish platters. For more information on this event and others, follow us on all our social media pages. Facebook, we are She's the Boss Radio. Twitter, we are She's the Boss Radio without the O. IG, Twitch, and Tumblr, we are WSTBRN. Or go out to www.she'sthebossradio.com. We make radio first so that your vision will be heard. If you would like to shine a light on your business during Second Thursdays, please email us at info@she'sthebossradio.com using the hashtag in the subject line, shine a light on it.
We don't break the laws. We just make up our own. The internet's best choice for music.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the Nurses Lounge, where the nurses call the shots. Yes, you're here with the nurseologist, and I'm telling you about my marvelous vacation and workcation that I had in San Francisco. And it was marvelous, beautiful city. I had a wonderful time. I met a lot of wonderful people. Let me tell you guys, y'all can not follow me. I will take myself back on the West Coast where those people appreciated me and did not want me to come back here. I told them I had to go back home. Home is where the heart is. Aw, home is where the heart is. Yes, guys. So let's talk a little bit about Oakland. Let's talk about the covidclinic.org in Oakland. That was my first side gig in California. It was marvelous. The clinic was very, very knowledgeable. They helped me understand a lot that I did not get educated on the east side about COVID vaccines, about COVID testing, about PCR testing, about these tests that the government is giving out to everybody. And just be mindful that on January the 19th, you'll be able to go online and order 4 COVID kits per address, but that is only until they're gone. If you go on there now, you won't be able to order because the website is not working. But believe me, on January the 19th, I'm telling you, I think the whole country is going to be up at midnight because they're going to make sure that they order those kits to have at home so you can do home testing. Now, for all you folks who don't read directions, I am letting you guys know you need to read the directions in the pack to do the kit testing correctly. Yes, do the test correctly because you could be getting the wrong results. But it's very important that we learn to live our lives a different way, which is safe. That is coming from the nurseologist. We all have to be safe and mindful of being in large crowds. Remember, you heard me say that. So, in Oakland, when we did this mobile clinic, it was myself, it was a CNA who was registration, and I had a person there to observe the patients after the testing was done, while they waited, or after they got their vaccine, they needed to either wait 15 or 30 minutes. So I had an EMT with me to watch in case any allergic reactions happen so that they could respond and they could in turn, call 911 while we were out in the community. Let me tell you guys, when I was in Oakland, I felt at home. When I was in San Francisco, it was a little different, than being home. But when I was in Oakland, girls and guys, I was at home. I felt like I was in Baltimore City, girl. It was just the atmosphere. It was the atmosphere of being around real, true people who really, really cared. It was like, I had a blast. So in my book, I was at Mandalay Parkway and 14th Street. That's where we went into the community to try to convince the folks in Oakland that if they did not want to get the COVID vaccine, that it was fine. But what wasn't fine is that they didn't know whether they were positive or negative, and trying to convince them to, be tested. Because at this point for our country, not just for Baltimore or California, it's just for the whole country to get in the habit of being sure that they are not a carrier of COVID to give it to someone else. Masks, yes. Here at the station, they take very good precautions. They watch us. They make sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to do correctly. And not to mention that it's a given. This is what you have to do and not what you want to do, but this is it. We have coverings over the mics that are changed during each show, cleaning that happens in between each show, masks that we wear on our way out. Um, the COVID clinic in California was really, really nice. Now, what was exciting on my assignment was I got to go to Google. Yes, Google, the platform that we're on right now. I got to go there to vaccinate their employees, which was very nice. You know, in Silicon Valley is where all the IT gurus are. Um, Not to mention, I got to go to Facebook to vaccinate their employees. Uh, my biggest adventure was going to Tesla. I went to Tesla to vaccinate their employees. I also went to headquarters. From the headquarters, I also went to the manufacturing plant where they physically make the vehicles. On their parking lot, I'm telling you, it was not another car. All the cars were Tesla cars. I wanted to drive one. I talked to a lot of the people there, and they offered to take me for a ride, but I was working, and they had to get back to their jobs. But let me tell you about going places and networking. I was given a vaccine to someone at Tesla. Did not know that that person was the CEO of the health and wellness department at Tesla. And I asked her for some swag. Now, see, on our side of on the East Coast, we don't go around, when we go to different places and ask for swag. But on the West Coast, they know a lot about swag. So the swag that she gave us from Tesla was a mask that had the Tesla emblem on it. I was very excited about that. It don't take much to make me excited. But that was nice of that company to thank us for coming there to help their employees be vaccinated and for them not to have to worry about going to like a pharmacy or to their doctor's office to get vaccinated. Google had swag, y'all. I brought some Google swag back for some of my family and friends. I don't have much, but I do have a little bit. So what the swag that Google gave us was straws, metal straws with tips that goes on and off of this metal straw. They also gave you the cleaner to clean the straws as well. Go figure. Google lunch is on Google. They have a Bostonista. They have several restaurants in those buildings. They had a whole burger joint in Google where you can get your burger, your fries. And I'm just not talking about any burger. I am talking about bean burgers, non-meat burgers, regular burgers, any type of burger you want, turkey burger, chicken burger. They had a burger for you. They had meals. They had Chinese. They had Vietnamese. They had American meals. They had a full salad bar. They had fruits and vegetables. They even have a snack bar for you. And I'm talking about candy size snacks. They had almonds. They had apricots. They had prunes. They had pretzels. They had cereal, milk. They had a whole refrigerator with drinks, Red Bull, anything that you wanted to drink and you were working for Google, you had it at your fingertips. Didn't have to go far. There were things that I can't discuss here that Google had as well, and I will not discuss. But to work at Google is a fine place to work. They had massage chairs. Girl, that massage chair was... Girls and guys, that massage chair was the bomb. I also met my very, very good friend in San Francisco, and we went to a drag show. Go figure, a drag show in California. Most drag shows are in halls here on the East Coast, are at restaurants in the East Coast. Girl, this drag show was on the street outside of a company. Girl, it was the best drag show I seen. Some amazing performers. And it was called the Taco Brunch. It was a taco truck there. And that was awesome as well. Guys, we'll be going on a short break soon in a minute. But let me tell you about my episode for another company in San Francisco that I work for as well. I was working at Safeways giving out vaccines. Girl, who'd have ever thought that Safeway would hire a nurse to give out their vaccines? Me. I worked in several Safeways at in San Francisco. The one that I worked for, can y'all believe they had a payphone in the break room in Safeway? And guess who name I
She's the boss. Boss Radio Network.
Yeah, that's the sound of today's business community. It's a dog-eat-dog world and only the strong survive. The challenge is navigating the ever-changing business environment to put your business in the forefront. So how does your business keep up with the changes? That's where She's the Boss Network comes in. She's the Boss Network is an internet media network that's been helping businesses like yours get the exposure that you're looking for at reasonable cost by way of radio and video. They'll help you stay successful by navigating change and seeing the big picture. After She's the Boss Network analyzes your business and marketing strategies, you'll start to see a media presence like you've never seen in your business before. And She's the Boss Network doesn't stop there. They use their findings to create a practical plan of action, a plan that will get your business from where you are to where you need to be. There you go. Lock those dogs up for good by giving She's the Boss Network a call at 866-494-5945, extension 101, or by checking their website at she'sthebossradio.com. Again, that's 866-494-5945, extension 101, or she'sthebossradio.com.
We don't break the laws. We just make up our own. The internet's best choice for music.
Welcome back, guys. I'm so sorry about that commercial. That commercial snuck up on me, y'all. It snuck up on me like, whoop. But you know what? We handle it good. So, getting back to this payphone at this Safeway. This payphone at this Safeway, honey, had the word Sprint on it. Who knew Sprint was around when payphones was around? I wasn't even thinking about that. I thought all the payphones were Verizon. I had no idea that Sprint been around all that long. And now Sprint is T-Mobile now or whatever, whoever, you know. But I had such a wonderful time vaccinating the people in California at Safeway. Now, my best experience in California was the kids. Vaccinating the kids between the ages of 5 and 11. Wonderful experience. Let me tell you how nice I am with kids. You know, I've been a pediatric nurse for 12 years, and I love being a pediatric nurse. And let me tell you, those kids in California love me so much. They brought me back candy. They brought me back flowers. Girl, tulips. Yes, guys. Tulips. They brought me flowers. They brought me teddy bears. They even drew pictures for me. When they had to come back to get their second shot, you know what they said? We need Miss Charlene because her vaccines don't hurt. You know, we run around here every day telling kids about shot. You're going to the doctors and you're getting a shot today. Well, let me tell you about this COVID. Kids are not coming to get shots, parents. They're coming to get vaccines. Vaccines don't hurt. Shots do. Okay? Let's get that clear right now. This is my new slogan. And yes, I am trademarking this slogan because I don't want nobody out putting it on no billboards. Okay? Point. Vaccines do not hurt. Shots hurt. So come on down and get your COVID vaccine so that you can be protected and protect not only you, protect your community as well. So let me tell you about these little kids in California. They held syringes. I talked to them about what they were getting. I showed them the amount that they were getting. I also told the parents, if you take your kid to get a vaccination, no pharmacist, no nurse, no whoever is giving that injection should get upset. If a kid between the ages of 5 years old and 11 years old get a shot, it should only be Pfizer. Only Pfizer has been approved to give to kids from ages 5 years old, not 4.5 going on 5. 5 years old. They can come at their birthday at 5 years old. Yes. 5 years old to 11, not 12. 12, they are getting adult doses. Kids that are age 5 years old to 11 years old are getting Pfizer only. And getting Pfizer only, they're only getting zero. Let's get this right, guys. 0.02. Nope, I made a mistake. Sorry about that. They're getting 0.2 mLs of the Pfizer vaccine that is reconstituted. Let's get this right, because I did make an error. Let's get this right now. So for kids between the ages of 5 years old to 11, they are only approved to get Pfizer, no Moderna, no Johnson & Johnson for any of those kids, okay? So they're getting Pfizer. They are getting a different reconstitution, and they are getting 0.2 mLs. Ask the nurse, ask the pharmacist, let you see what they're giving to your child. And that's perfectly fine. That is to prevent an error. Yes, it is the medical profession not to make errors, but as we know, we all are prone to making mistakes. This is the way we're going to medicate our kids. This is the type of information that you're going to get here on the Nurses Lounge radio show. So it would be very important that you tell all your friends to go on a computer and type www.shesthebossradio every Saturday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Like She's the Boss Radio on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. Yes. And also follow me, the Nurseologist. Yes. The Nurseologist on the radio show. The Nurses Lounge radio show. Come on, guys. I need some likes. I need some thumbs up. I need some stars. I need some something. Come on, give me some hearts. I need something on social media. I'm giving you guys all this important information about how we can keep ourselves safe, how we can keep our kids safe. Now, if you don't want to be vaccinated, I'm fine with it. I am a healthcare worker. Being a healthcare worker, I don't pick sides. Being a healthcare worker, I am neutral. I will give you all the information you need. I will support you. I will also encourage you. It's still your choice. That's what we have here in America. We have choices. But I am here to tell you, let's get our young people vaccinated. Again, I need for all my parents to know that your kid is getting 0.2 mLs of Pfizer only for kids of the age of 5 years old on their birth date to 11 years old until their 12th birth date, because on their 12th birth date they will be getting the adult dose. So Bright Star, where I used to work in San Francisco, I did several vaccine clinics. Yes, I even have ways of helping kids with autism. Do not hold kids to give them a vaccine. You can hold them to give them a shot. Do not hold them to give them a vaccine. I don't chase kids. I don't hold kids. Now, if a kid is really out of control and I think this situation been going on too long, then yes, the parents hold the kid, not the staff. Okay? Now, when there is a kid with autism, I am going to make my next show be about kids with special needs and giving them their vaccines. You know, every day I pray over my hands. God has given me the blessing of having praying hands to help anyone that is in need of help or encouragement. And for those kids with autism in California, I did an amazing job. I started this hand holding technique to help them relax and know that the vaccine was not going to hurt and that they could have their vaccine without people holding them down. You know, I had a mom to bring her kid at the vaccine site, and she told them at the front, it's going to take 6 people to hold him down to get his vaccine, and I am giving y'all permission to hold him because he needs his vaccine. They came and got me. I went out there and, you know, I talked to him. It was the most amazing thing. In California, they call me the magic nurse. And I accepted that as a title, called the magic nurse. I held my hands out. They would hold my hand or they would just brush across my hand. When they would turn back around, I would hold my hand out They would put their hand there and move it. The third time that I hold my hand out, they left their hand there. That was because we were making a connection, that I was not there to hurt them, but to help them. And that is how I'm going to end my segment today. Don't take life for granted. When it comes down to helping people, offer a helping hand. For these kids with special needs, I offered my helping hand to these kids, and these kids got their vaccines without anyone holding them, without anyone forcing them. They made a decision to get their vaccine by themselves, kids from 5 to 11, just by holding my hands and making them feel comfortable to have their vaccine. So thank you for tuning in today, and we're out on this show. Thanks everyone for tuning in today, and have a blessed day, and thank you for supporting me. See you guys soon.
She's the boss radio network.
She's the Boss Enterprises, in collaboration with Get It In, Island Cuisine 2, presents WSTBRN, She's the Boss Radio's second Thursday's networking mixer. Every second Thursday of the month from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be highlighting a business once a month, radio opportunities, advertising, conversations, great food and drinks. So come on out and enjoy $3 rum punches, $5 Tito's vodka, and $7 catfish platters. For more information on this event and others, follow us on all our social media pages. Facebook, we are She's the Boss Radio. Twitter, we are She's the Boss Radio without the O. IG, Twitch, and Tumblr, we are WSTBRN. Or go out to www.she'sthebossradio.com. We make radio first so that your vision will be heard. If you would like to shine a light on your business during Second Thursdays, please email us at info@she'sthebossradio.com using the hashtag in the subject line, shine a light on it.
She's the boss radio network.